I'm so glad to have you here with me in my kitchen this morning. Yeah. Don't you know, you got to have a little Folgers. Oh, the best part of the morning. Well, you know, I hate to start on a bad note, but I got a little pet peeve, mind you. Yeah. And I just held it in way too long. I have to get it out. There are those women that just like to make the rest of us women look bad. You know the kind I mean. They're a baking from scratch, and they're a cleaning, and they're gardening, and they're making their own jellies, and they're canning, and they're raising their own chickens, and you know, they just make us look like we don't do anything. You know who I mean, you know. I hate to name names, but you know, like Lori Nelson from Mayville, North Dakota. Yep, she's one. And then Janice Ziegler from Findlay, North Dakota, don't you know? Yes. I tell you, I'm sick and tired of it. But I started thinking, you know, contemplating, and I have found a way to entertain and educate and make us rest of us women look good. So, now mind you, let's say that you have the grandkids or ladies' aid coming over and you need to have a little snack, a little cookie, you know, and who wants to mix and bake up cookies anymore, you know? And I don't want that little elf on the package so everyone knows that Keebler made it, you know? Give me a break. I want it to look like Grandma made it, you know? So I went out to that Elko store, you know, and they have these at like the dollar store too. You can get a whole bag of cookies for $1. $1, mind you. And there's, a bunch of them in there, a whole bunch, you know. And what I did is I got the oatmeal cookies because what doesn't say homemade better than oatmeal? Now, let me get ready here first. We want to keep neat. I don't want to get anything on my beautiful outfit here. Yep. Tie that up. I'm having a little technical difficulty. Someone tied it up for me. Must have been my husband, you know. Okay, then we get all ready here. And now I get a pretty plate, a pretty grandma plate. Yep. And then I take out my cookies. Okay? Now, I got some dollar frosting at that same store. Yep. So I opened that up. I got sprinkles, and I've got powdered sugar, and I got a little icing here. So what you do is you take a cookie, many ways of doing it. Now I'm going to take a little frosting and put on the top of that cookie. Oh yes, that's beautiful. Oh, now doesn't that just look scrumptious? Now I'll put a few sprinkles on there. Looks like I spent hours. Now, another way you can do that is you can make a yummy sandwich cookie. Oh, now who wouldn't love to gobble that up with their coffee? Yep. Now, if you want to get a little feistier, you know, a little more inventive, then you take a little frosting again. I really love the frosting, and I like white because it's so showy with the sprinkles, don't you know? And then I take a little squeeze frosting, and I'm going to squeeze this out. Oh, golly. I got this at the dollar store, too. I think it must have been a little old. Well, you know what I mean. You just squeeze. Oh, there we go. You just squeeze it out and make it. Oh, there. Ah, there we go. Decorate it up there, and then a few more sprinkles. And if you get the skinny one, you can write on it. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah. And then we put that on our cookie thing. Our plate. For goodness sakes. Getting silly. Okay, another thing that you can do is that you take a little powdered sugar, mind you, and just dust it lightly. What a beautiful cookie. Now, that takes care of the cookies and make a whole plate of them, and it'll be just the talk of the town. Yes. Now, a couple other little tips for you. You know, I like to go to the church's potlucks, and you know, I keep look at the paper to see who's having birthday parties, you know. It doesn't mean you have to know them. You just be prepared. So, in my purse, I always have a bunch of cards. Oh, what's this? Oh, a letter from the Alzheimer's Association. Huh, I forgot about that. Oh. Goodness sakes, I better read that later. Anyway, I always keep a bunch of cards in my purse. I have birthday cards and sympathy cards and anniversary cards and graduation cards and wedding cards. You know, and if you want to reuse, you just get little whiteout, you know, that stuff you can get at the store with office supplies. Wipe the name out that they sent it to you. You know, they signed the card and gave you a birthday card. And put your name on there. Yes. It's wonderful. So, you keep an eye on the paper. Then you go to this birthday party. Make sure you take a big bag. Take the card you need and put it there so everyone sees you putting the card there, so they think that you're part of the family or friends. Then I keep a nice Cool Whip container in my purse. And when no one's looking, just sneak some of the cake or cookies and snap it up quick. Put it right back in. It's wonderful. Another thing I love to use is a bread bag. Oh, and that is so handy. You just kind of open it up and you hold it down here now. Mind you, see it's way down here. And then you just kind of hurry and take the cookies or sandwiches or whatever you need and slip them in there and stick it back into your purse. Then you can have homemade anytime without all the work. Well, I hope I have entertained and educated you today. And I hope you all make your homemade cookies and look so, so good. Well, until next week, just like Mom used to make. A little crunchy.